Good evening, peoples. I'm sure you can say ladies and gentlemen these days, so I'll say peoples. Anybody who wants to watch, love having you watching. This may be a bit of a longer one this evening. It's late, I've just taken my watch off. What time is it? 10:30 when I'm recording this, 10:30 on Sunday night, 12th October. It's been a big weekend. So there will be, so this will be a bit of a long one. I'm going to kind of do, I might do Nick's game a little bit for yesterday. Because as it occurred to me, whilst these are match reports, they're not, and as you know, do not look at these. I'm not affiliated with the club. These aren't official club reports. So I should have changed the shirt, to be honest. These aren't official club reports. So while they're not, I can talk about whatever games I want that I've witnessed and done. So didn't want to do a separate one for Nick's yesterday. So I will do a combined one here. Some exciting stuff around what he did and some exciting stuff around today's game for myself, which is good for those of you that are interested. First things first, cracker ashes, just in case the Rashers Appreciation Society is watching. Cheers to all you Rashers fans out there. Not sponsored, but today's brought by the Silver Bullet. Anyway. So, yesterday, Saturday, didn't play B reserve grade for the team that I play for. You can't read it there. So not B reserve, up to Bs this year. I didn't play because, for those of you who know us and following at home, Nick made his competitive cricket debut after many years working with or playing with the guys at Blowfly Cricket, who've been fantastic for kids with disabilities. Nick linked up with the New South Wales Intellectual Disability team and did some training with them and a trial and that sort of stuff. Through that, met some guys that are playing in our local competition here. I'm up Central Coast, but I still play in Sydney. So, but Nick found some guys locally playing 9th grade for Southern Spirit, which is, I think, Yamine and Woi Woi combined, at Edelong too, I guess. So I played with some of his mates from the New South Wales ID training squad, and start getting to play some actual competitive cricket, which is sort of the next step in his cricket journey. So yesterday was his debut. Went down and watched those guys play. I'm popping up, for those of you that are new, I'm pulling up the scorecards on Play Cricket, so it makes it easy for me to sort of read through. So I either read them through Play Cricket, or for some of my own games, I'll take the scorecard photos if I haven't already. Well, I got the hiccups already. One mouthful. I mean, let's be fair, it's not my first mouthful tonight, but one mouthful on camera anyway. Sorry, I apologize. Look, and again, for those of you new, this is not scripted, it's not edited. I just pretty much turn up and do it. I did try putting like and subscribe things over it, but those things take time and it'll be days before I put it up. The whole purpose of this startup is because I got tired of writing match reports every night. Thought it'd be quicker just to speak one. Might be longer for you guys to watch it if it goes for 20 minutes, but you know what? If you enjoy it, like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. I think I'm at about 26 subscribers. If I get to 50, I can do live stuff, which should be fun. So, yeah, if you have the ability to subscribe or you want to know how to subscribe, if you don't know how to subscribe and you want to, just drop me a comment and I'll find out how to. Anywho, so Southern Spirit played Lizra Rimba. Most of you know that I grew up on the coast, but didn't play cricket until about 11 years ago when I was in my 40s and started playing in Sydney. But a lot of the guys I know growing up on the coast have either played for or are playing for Lizra Rimba, so it would be my club on the coast if I'd actually played cricket on the coast, I would think. They were a really good bunch of guys. Unfortunately, Southern Spirit only had 9 players yesterday, and obviously a couple of kids with IDs who, let's be fair, a lot of them are really cracking players. They're way better than I am. But still, when you're playing 9 against 11, it makes it a little bit trickier. Lizero or Rimba batted first. Really good bunch of guys. I did a lot of umpiring, but that was in the second innings. That was when we batted. Guys bowled really, really well. To restrict them to three for 241 after 40 overs. Again, this is slanted not to a match report for these guys. It's more of a, this is how Nick went, for those of you that know Nick or are interested in Nick's journey. So I won't go through all the figures, but the guys bowled really, really well. Lockie, Anthony, Cody, Nath, Jackson, and Kevin all bowled really, really well. Put a lot of heart in. It was a hot day out there at this oval. Nick bowled his first over in competitive cricket, none for 8. He bowled 3 wides. For those of you that know Nick, learning to bowl straight and get them on the wicket. The wides he bowled were 2 leg sides and 1 offside. They weren't by any means way off the wicket. They weren't out of control. They were just wides that we would sometimes bowl. And considering how nervous the poor kid was, I call him a kid, he's 24 years old, he's bigger than me, but at the end of the day, he's still a kid, nervous as anything. Came on, he bowled that over, he went for a 4, he went for 3 wides, so there's 7 of your runs. Re-bowl the wides, so to be honest, off the next 5 balls, he went for 1 run. So, great start. Was down on himself because he bowled wides and one of them, first game, like first proper ever game in the middle of a field. And it's hot. It was 30-something degrees yesterday, so we couldn't be prouder. He did very, very well. For the rest of the guys on the side, I won't name you all tonight, but you might get a run at some point. But well done. So chasing 241, the guys did their best. Quite a few darks. Kevin, the opener, did very well for 23. The other opener got 6. Then there was a couple of ducks, but they weren't bad. I mean, Cody tried well. Jackson unfortunately got a good one and popped it up. It happens. But again onto Nick. Nick batted at 6, and did so well. He's come out. I think they took drinks with 1 ball to go on the over because there was a wicket. So he's come back facing the first ball after drinks, which like any of us get out to that. And managed to, I can't remember if he blocked it or let it go, but he didn't get out. The next over, after a single, he's whacked 2 balls in a row to mid wicket. I umpired probably, of the 26 overs, I did about 20 of them. The only time I kind of wasn't on there was when Nick was batting. But the kid that was bowling to him was a 14-year-old kid, hitting top of off. Great bowler, really good bowler, just hitting top of off. Nick's pulled him to mid-wicket, 2 balls in a row. They were really good shots, but he's got the fielder. And unfortunately, because he's hit 2, you get the rush of blood, you get excited. He wants to get off the mark, so second ball, he's taken off for a single. There's no run there, he's gone to the fielder. And then, as I said, Nick's bigger than me, so turn that big ship around to get back was never going to happen. So he got run out, but he didn't get out by a bowler, if that makes sense. The fact that he whacked a couple of balls, like hit them well, and they would have gone for 4 if they got past the fielder. Really proud. So I mean, he's down on himself, going, "Oh, I was cocky and blah blah." Dude, it's your first game of proper competitive cricket. I mean, yeah, the only time you've really hit a ball in anger outside the nets. I did a New South Wales trial game, but you couldn't get out in that one. So, really pleased for him. So that's kind of the wrap up of Nick's team. They were bowled out for 81, but again, they had nine guys. It was a tough start for them for the season. So, but couldn't be prouder. Unfortunately, as of next week, I'm back to my team. I took time off to go and watch Nick play. I'll probably do that maybe every few weeks or so and get down and see him, or if we get a buy or whatever, I'll try and make sure I'm seeing both. But obviously, playing B grade is still important to me as well, and playing with Jake. So, as for today, today was the first round of classics in the Sydney. What do they call it? Sydney Classic comp. I'm not sure what they actually call the comp, but it's we play Linfield, Macarthur, Macquarie. We play sort of everywhere around the traps within the Sydney greater metropolitan area. We played Linfield today, the side that I played against Linfield. With our old mate Mitch Sturt. He used to play for us, plays for Linfield now, which is always good to see Mitch. For those of you who want to stick around, we're 10 minutes and 14 in. This might go for about another 10 or so minutes. So, I don't know, pause it, get a drink, come back, like and subscribe, do your thing. There is some, I don't know, self-gratitude towards the end of this one. I might even change the description this time from, sorry, pardon me. The description generally reads sort of what round it was and who we played against. I might, change this one to something that says big news this week, so you'll stick around and watch. It's kind of a good week. Yeah. I had a good day. That's what we get to. Resh's Silver Bullets, buy them in your local bottle shop. They do Resh's Real too, for those that want something different. Anyway. Oh, pushed a button I should have pushed. Right, so today we played Linfield. Jamesy won the toss, which is not unusual. Jamesy sometimes wins tosses, but today he chose to bat, which is, I don't know, against the spirit of the game, according to Newcastle Hill way. Oh, sorry, the team I play for way. Personally, as a bowler, I like to bowl first, get the job done, and relax. But it was probably a good deck to bat on, to be honest. It held up well from yesterday's game from A's or A reserves, or whoever played it yesterday. It held up pretty well. Looked like it was going to be fairly true, so I would have thought batting was probably the right option anyway. And I think Jamesy said he just thought he'd do something different, mix it up, which is a good idea. Guys started off well. In fact, the whole innings went fairly well. Some consistency, possibly, spoiler alert, may have pulled up maybe 10, 15 runs short of what we kind of needed for the win, so we didn't win the game, but it was a very, very close game. Always great spirits in classics because, everybody's too old to really give a fuck and fight. So, Brett, fresh back from a back injury, he tells me. I always forget there's so many people get injured in this age group, over 50s, you don't know who's got what. I know Brett was out for a while, back injury. 13 from 26 before he got out. Mick, our keeper and vice captain, was playing really good. 25 retirement or getting in the bank. For those of you that don't know, you retire, you can come back once everybody's gone. It gives everybody a chance to have a go. Mick was on 25, so he was 5 away from the bank, 30 for classics. Before he was caught by our mate Mitch. Good catch actually. It was a big thick edge. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. I'm sorry. I think you said it swung away, so you didn't quite get the middle of it. So thick edge to Mitch in the slips or somewhere around there. Do it 25. Aussie 13. Jamesy and Stan. So a couple of weeks ago in our B grade team, Jamesy and Stan were batting and Stan got run out. I'm not going to surmise or comment on at all who was at fault because I don't know. I was out in the middle. I don't know who said what, who did what. But Stan got run out and there was, as cricketers do, they get a little bit cross. So Stan was a bit cross. So today when Stan went out to bat, so Jamesy batted at 4, Stan at 5. Stan went out to bat with Jamesy, and everyone held their collective breaths. Today, Jamesy got run out, so I don't know whose fault it was. I'm not commenting, I'm not questioning, I'm not saying anything other than to know that now that they're 1-1 in about across the last couple of weeks. So I think they're still on speaking terms. Brett 13, Mick 25, Aussie 13, Jamesy 13, Stan got 22, Glenn got 10. So the top order all got starts and got contributing, but they bowled well. So they were doing what they have to do. We welcome Joe's today. Still some conjecture on how his name's said. We call him Jose. I think he said no, it's Joe's. Someone said Hose. I don't know. we're looking for a new nickname. So I don't know, 3 nicknames out there. But Joe's batted well. Really, really nice bloke. Joe, if you're watching this, welcome to the team, mate. It's good to have you. Coming up from MacArthur, who've got a gun side, so he was struggling for a run. So we've got some space, and always looking to bring new, lovely people on board. So it was nice to have Joe's join us, and he got 36 not out. So went in the bank and came back. Went in the bank at 30 and came back at the end for some runs. Maruga got a duck. I think got some more. I thought he got some runs there, Maruga. Sorry about that, mate. JR's bat was great. 20 from 34. Said to me that he's aiming to not get out this year, and obviously today got out, but he got out the pursuit of quick runs like with an over to go, so you can't complain about that. Tiny got 4, similar thing, going for the quick runs. And Merv got 2. I was number 12 for today, so for those of you who are new to my reports, good luck. Congratulations for getting through 16 minutes for a start. I mean, this is like average, like boring crap if you don't really know who I'm talking about. But if you got through it, good on you, because you cannot get through for my charisma. Yeah, charisma, I wouldn't think. So you have 12 bat, 12 bowl, which means you get to have one person who does not bat and one person who does not bowl, which is generally easier for batsmen, because there's always some batsmen who just don't bowl, but all bowlers want to have a crack at batting. So today was my turn for number 12, and I'm sure there'll be other days where I get to have a bat at number 11. I think Merv and I both, oddly enough, I think in classics, Merv and I are interchangeable for number 11 and 12, and in B grade on my Saturdays club cricket, myself and Merv's son Declan are interchangeable for 11 and 12. So obviously the Mervyn family loves a bat. So anywho, we put on 166, giving them 167 for the win at 4.2 and over. Look, it's about par. Joe's said to me what's par score for the ground. My response was 160 for classics and about 220 for masters. So classics is over 50, masters is over 40. I'm realising as I'm saying this, I'm explaining for those that don't follow or aren't involved, but then those that do follow and are involved are going, we know what classics and masters is. So, just bear with me. Again, it's just have fun. We're here to enjoy yourself. And at the end of the day, all this is just going up to my gloating at the end of the day and my self-grandiosing. So it's all about me. So like and subscribe. Anyway, so 166, setting them 167 for the win. We welcome back Tiny. I haven't seen Tiny for a little while, actually. Tiny's no longer playing B grade with us on Saturdays. He's retired from that. I think we played LMS in winter. A couple of games there, Tiny, we played together. So we hadn't sort of played a lot for a little while. For those of you who don't know, Tiny is was my mentor. Got me started on the road to bowling, taught me a lot of stuff that I know. Not everything, I've developed on some stuff and learnt my own things, but Tiny has taught me a lot. I get frustrated when Tiny plays because he gets all the overs up front that I get when he's not playing, but you can't have everything. I'll still complain about it because bowlers are bowlers. Anywho, JR and Tiny open the bowling. I feel bad for JR. JR was bowling really, really well. Maybe pace was coming on a little bit. None for 41 from 6. I think we came back for a couple at the end, which when they were going for the runs, the pace on meant they grabbed a few at the end. I think his figures were probably better after maybe the 4 over mark. Beat the bat a lot. Just didn't go his way today. JR, if you've watched through 19 minutes and 23 seconds of this, mate, don't get upset because you're a cracking bowler, one of my favourite fast bowlers. So you have good days and bad days. If I could bowl as fast as like the likes of you and Merv, if I knew how to do that, I don't know. I look at my actions, I look at your actions, I go, I don't know the difference why I'm so much slower. Who knows? You guys are great bowlers, and you have your good days and your bad days. I remember when I used to play with Tom Marine. I'm not sure, Tom, you've seen these things. Tom used to what they call him the unluckiest bowler because he just bowled so well but couldn't get wickets. JR, yours will come. Today just wasn't your day. But I thought you bowled well. Like some of those balls early on were fantastic, like just beating the bat, chain length. Tiny at the other end. Tony spoke for before. Tony had bowled the full complement of 8 today, and deserved to 3 for 26, so 3.25 and over, 2 maidens, 8 overs. Tiny's an enigma to me and many people. Comes off a few steps, bowls not a spinner, not a quick bowler or anything. Tony comes from a indoor cricket background, so he can have the short run up and throw them down. He's got the slower ball, got the quicker ball, such good variation, can change his length, just really, really good control. And today showed it. I can't recall off the top of my head. I'm not going to go back and look at the scorecard because this video will end up going for 45 minutes. I know there was a stumping to me. Guy come down, charged you, went through, and I think the bold right stumped Hungerford is up there with the Court Marsh bowl Lily these days. So that happened. There was another one which I thought was going to be stumping, but it bowled him. So similar thing. And I can't recall your third one, but no, it's not that important. But 3 wickets got us off to a cracking start, 3 for 26. Merv came on to replace JR. Bowled really well. 1 for 14, maybe. The trouble with classics is you've got to bowl a certain number of bowlers by the 30 over mark, so you can't sort of bowl a couple of guys 8 overs or whatever, because suddenly you run it over. So the skipper's always got a fair bit of juggling to do. So Merv bowled really well, 1 for 14 from 3. Having said that, got a wicket with the first ball after replacing JR. So I walked up to Merv and said, I think JR's probably fucking hating you right now because he bowled well and couldn't get a wicket, and Merv gets one first ball replacing him. Speaking to JR later, he went for a walk. So yeah, I don't blame him. But that's cricket. Cricket's a horrible, horrible beast. But stay tuned. You'll hear how good it is for me today. I had a good day. I've told you this. I'll tell you more. So anyway, Merv bowled well, 114, got the wicket straight off the first ball. So that dropped him to about 4 for. So that was good. Bowled 3 overs. Oh, the weather was funny today. Sorry. The weather was funny. It was absolute blue skies when we started. Hot. Here we go. 29, 28 degrees. When they started batting. By the time they'd finished batting, it was blowing a gale. It was grey. I'm thinking, we're not getting through a game here. I thought, so it's a 40-over game. They had drinks at 20. I thought after 20 overs we weren't getting a game in because it had come in so quick. They got through their 40. It was windy as. It was still hot for a bit, but then it cooled down and we got a little bit of rain, sort of maybe, I think we're about 30 overs in. When I get a bit more talking about myself, and if any of you, if you don't hang up yet, stake around. I'm going to talk about me for a bit and you guys will love it. It's great. Or I'll forget, one or the other. Yeah, so anyway, so Stan came on to, so we went JR, went Merv, we went Stan at the one end while Tiny went through sort of his 8 overs, taking wickets and doing what Tiny does. Stan bowled really, really well, none for 11 from 4, so 2.75 and over. They're chasing, 4 and over to go for 2.75. Kind of arrested that run rate a little bit, slowed them down. I think I could actually go back and look at it, but because I've got the scorecards, but I think they were about 75, so maybe 90 short at the halfway mark. And that largely to do with like Merv's and Stan's run rates got for the back. Tiny was replaced by Joe's. Someone had said to me Joe's is quick, because we were talking about who our quick bowlers were. We knew we had JR and Merv. Absolutely. Great bowler, Joe's. Welcome aboard, mate. None for 11 from 5, so 2.2 and over. Really, really good bowling. Yeah, good guy to have on the side. It gives us an extra quick, some great variation. Personally, it's about that point where you bowl JR, Tiny, Merv, Stan, Joes. I'm sitting there going, why am I here? Because, bowlers go, fuck, I want to bowl. Just give me the ball. But the skipper always, he's not always best at communicating, but he does know what he's doing. His intention was bowling Tiny up front and bowling me at the back. So I didn't know that, so I got cranky. Well, I didn't get cranky. I was still cricket. I'm still a team player. Just it is what it is. But rain coming in around about 30 overs. Mick as a keeper's going, it's coming, you got to bowl, don't worry about it. I'm going, it's going to rain, I'm going to get nothing. I'm going to sit here all day and do nothing. Jamesy, sorry I ever doubted you. I know you knew what you were doing. Thank Christ I bowled all right to repay you, because I could have bowled rubbish and fucked it all up. Anyway, Joe's none for 11 from 5 overs, 2.2. Cracking, just keeping that run rate down. Skipper brought himself on at the JR Merv Stanley end. That's what I call it. And the other end was the right. I'm going to call it the right Joe's end, because Joe's not going to have a crack at your surname, because I'm guaranteed I'll get it wrong. I'm sure I got your first name completely wrong. Jamesy came on, bowled some gold great, 1 for 26 from 6 overs, 4.3 and over. Again, they needed 4 and over in general. So if you look at it, you go Tiny 3.25, Merv 4.6, just over, Stan 2.75, Joe's 2.2. So they were probably about this point, they're at about 5, 6 and over, I would think. Jonesy bowled 6 overs. In fact, it was pretty much Jamesy and me, I think, for the next 12 overs. So we come at about, 26 overs, 27 overs, something like that. Bowled end to end. So Jamesy 1 for 26, I got 2 for 23. So between us 4.3 and 3.8 and over. That's pretty good going. And then, so I'll wrap this up and then I'll talk a bit about myself. So if you want to hang up, or stop, or, it's not a fucking phone call. It got down to needing, I think, 13 off the last 2 overs. I'm sitting in the outfield with about 14 overs to go, I think we worked out, whatever I just said. Going, Jamesy's bowled like 6 blokes, he hasn't bowled me, he's going to bring me on now, it's cold, my warm-up that I did hours ago is worn off. I'm thinking I'm hard done by. By this stage, I've then actually come on and bowled, and I'm going, okay, I've got my rhythm, I'm bowling okay, things are going all right. Again, 2 wickets, 23 runs, 6 overs down. 2 overs to go, they need 13 runs, and he pulls Aussie out of nowhere. He goes, Aussie, hey, you're cold, mate, come and have a bowl. It was going to work or it wasn't going to work. It's a good call. I mean, Aussie is probably the most experienced of all of us. And if anyone's going to do the job, it's going to be Aussie, so there's nothing wrong with the call. Unfortunately, today, Aussie went for 13, so I'm sitting there going, just at least leave me 7 or 8 for the last over to defend. And it's getting down. Then we're down to about 4 with about 3 balls to go. And I'm going, you know what? Just get the runs now, because I don't want to go on to nothing. So, unfortunately for Aussie, he came on with 2 overs to go. None for 13 from 1. But again, I think he was taking the pace off, and bowling Aussie was probably the right thing to do. It just wasn't his day. So that's what happened. So now I know you're all waiting with bated breath to know how good I did today, and it's not just about today. I should have said that way earlier. We're now 29 minutes into this thing. If anybody's still watching, you're awesome. If you haven't subscribed and you're still watching, get something out of it. I don't know, I'll send you a prize. Send me a message and go, hey, I subscribed, and I'll send you a chocolate. I will, I guarantee it. I haven't done that before, but I'm sure I can. So today I was, let's be a bit self-indulgent for 5 minutes. Hang up now, I'm going to talk about me for a bit. So, where do I start? Last couple of weeks I've spent a bit of time this off season working on some things, working on being a bit more relaxed on my run up, went and did a coaching session, which I'd never done. I think I've mentioned this in previous things. Learned a couple of things. And the first couple of weeks in B grade, bowling on Cinto, they've come out well. I've done well. Skippers bowl me at the opening and death. Not been able to grab a wicket. For those of you that know me, I've been sitting on 198 wickets for the club since about halfway through last season. Could not crack those last couple of wickets. I bowled well enough. End of the season last year, well, no, it was just bowling. This year I've sort of trained with a bit of purpose. I've done a bit of coaching, and I've bowled a lot better. Really happy with how they're coming out, but just haven't been able to get the wicket on Cinto. So didn't want to overplay it. And Mick, as my Saturday skipper and my keeper today, said to me, don't worry about it, they'll come when they come. And the thing was, today, it didn't matter today, it was really about keeping those runs down while they're chasing that 90 on that back 10. That's when they're going. So just did that, but very, very lucky. First one was a really good shot. The guy's flat batted it straight back past my head. It's only in hindsight I went, well, was that a caught and bowl test? I don't know. But Jose, my new favourite fielder, was at mid-off, came across and took a cracking catch to get me by 199th. I was really happy with that, just to break the shackles for this year. And then, I think the next over or so, I was trying to be outside off stump, let's be fair, but I was probably a bit closer to middle, so I could have been punted. But one of their batsmen had returned from the bank too, so that was really quite promising. Yeah, went straight through and bowled him. So I was really happy. That got me my 200th and got me a couple of weeks today. And yeah, I don't know, it doesn't sound as exciting as I thought. 200 wickets for Castle Hill Cricket Club. Yay for me. Not that I play for them. It's the club that I play for. I got 200 wickets today. Which, if you come and saw me, what am I now, 54? I started when I was 43. This is my 11th season of playing cricket ever. Didn't play as a junior, didn't play anything. Started when I was 43 years old with Jake. So to get 200 wickets for the club. Given my very, very first game, the captain at the time said, who wants to open the batting? And everyone looked around, and I put my hand up because no one else put their hand up. I started as an opening batsman. I didn't bowl till about the third or fourth week, and then took 3 wickets, so I became a bowler overnight. So yeah, didn't know what I was doing to start with. Still don't know what I'm doing, let's be fair. But didn't know if I was a batsman or a bowler. So after 11 years, I don't know, it sounds a bit wanky. It's not pride, because pride comes before a fall. It's just, you know, I've achieved something that I didn't actually ever consider achieving. So 200 weeks for the club. I'm going to stop talking now because that's getting really, really self-indulgent, which is not good. At the end of the day, they got the runs with 1 over to go, but everyone had a really good day. Weather was very Melbourne-like, hot, then hot and windy, and cloudy, then cooler, then rainy, then, you know, everything else. But we got through a full game. And it was good to play. Linfield, a great bunch of guys, always have been. In fact, classics, all the sides are good guys, to be honest, because we're all, again, as I said, we're all too old to bug around. Back to the beginning, just for a quick summary and flashback. Really proud and pleased with the achievements of Nick yesterday, and the rest of the boys in his team. So it's going to be a great year. We're really looking forward to having a good summer and playing some cricket and enjoying ourselves, and having Nick enjoy it. The only thing I'd do is get him out of his head and stop him putting himself down and be pleased with his achievements rather than putting himself down for what he hasn't done. He's got a long way to go and a lot of learning to do. So, as do we all, that's what's beautiful about the game of cricket. All right, thank you guys. If you're still here after 34 minutes and 27 seconds, I cannot express how much I love you, and I'm not sure how many of these you may have had to get to this point. Thank you. Talk soon. Put some comments and stuff so I know you're out there and out and about. Even if you're not liking and subscribing, say hello. Just say hello. That's all I want. Thank you. Bye.